In a groundbreaking step for human space exploration, NASA is preparing to send a new kind of traveler to the moon, not astronauts made of flesh and blood, but their biological counterparts on microchips. These organ-on-a-chip systems will carry living human cells to space, marking a revolutionary approach to understanding how the human body endures the hostile environment beyond Earth. The mission, scheduled for 2026, is part of the Artemis II program, the first crewed mission around the moon in more than 50 years. While astronauts will travel aboard the Orion spacecraft, these miniaturized biological systems will accompany them as silent sentinels, quietly recording how human tissues respond to cosmic radiation and microgravity. NASA calls this Project Avatar, short for a virtual astronaut tissue analog response. The name captures the essence of the mission, creating tiny, living stand-ins for astronauts that can experience space conditions just as human organs would. Each avatar device is about the size of a USB stick and contains small chambers lined with living human cells. These chambers are designed to replicate the structure and function of real organs, from bone marrow to heart tissue. In essence, they are mini organs on microchips. The first set of chips to fly will carry bone marrow cells, an especially important choice. Bone marrow is the source of blood and immune cells, making it crucial for astronaut health. It is also one of the most vulnerable tissues to space radiation, which can damage DNA and suppress immune function. By studying how these bone marrow cells behave during the lunar mission, NASA hopes to uncover exactly how deep space travel alters cellular activity, knowledge that could one day save astronaut lives during longer journeys to Mars and beyond. The organ-on-a-chip technology is not new on Earth. Scientists have been developing it for more than a decade as a way to replace animal testing and model human organs more accurately. But sending these chips into space brings a whole new dimension to their potential. Each chip contains microfluidic channels that allow nutrients, oxygen, and waste to flow just as they would inside a real body. Pumps and sensors monitor the environment, ensuring that the cells remain alive and behave as naturally as possible. Even in zero gravity, the innovation lies not only in the technology but also in personalization. The chips used for the Artemis II mission will carry cells derived from the actual astronauts who will fly on the mission. This means that every chip represents a specific person's biology, their DNA, their immune system, their cellular responses. This approach allows NASA to collect deeply personalized data. When the astronauts return from the mission, scientists will be able to compare the behavior of the cells inside the spacecraft with identical control samples kept on Earth. Such comparisons could reveal subtle biological changes, DNA mutations, stress responses, or immune suppression that might not be immediately visible in the astronauts themselves but could still pose long-term health risks. Space radiation is one of the greatest dangers in deep space. Unlike in low Earth orbit, where Earth's magnetic field offers some protection, the Moon's environment exposes astronauts to unfiltered cosmic rays and solar particles. These particles can penetrate human tissue, causing DNA breaks and increasing cancer risks. Understanding exactly how human cells respond to this radiation is essential. Animal studies and computer models can only go so far. The organ-on-a-chip approach provides real, human-specific data, something scientists have long sought. NASA's Avatar chips will not operate in isolation. They will be part of a larger suite of biomedical experiments carried aboard the Orion spacecraft. Together, these experiments will offer a comprehensive view of how spaceflight affects both the body and the mind. The data from these chips will also be invaluable for designing protective countermeasures. If scientists know which cellular pathways are most affected by radiation or microgravity, they can develop new drugs, dietary plans, or shield designs to protect astronauts. In future missions, NASA envisions expanding this concept to include other types of tissue chips, heart, liver, brain, and even gut microbiome models. Each organ chip could provide insights into a different aspect of human health in space. The long-term goal is to create a complete virtual astronaut, a full set of organ chips derived from one individual, capable of simulating the physiological responses of an entire human body in space. Such a system could allow scientists to test the effects of long-term radiation exposure or artificial gravity without putting human lives at risk. It's a vision of the future where every astronaut could have a biological twin on Earth, a living laboratory to study their health in real time. The Artemis II mission represents a vital step toward this future. By sending human cells to lunar orbit, NASA is bridging the gap between laboratory research and human exploration, but the mission also presents major technical challenges. The chips must survive launch vibrations, extreme temperature changes, and the absence of gravity, all while keeping delicate human cells alive and functional. To achieve this, NASA scientists have developed advanced microfluidic systems that can maintain a stable environment for days or weeks. These systems regulate temperature, fluid flow, and gas exchange automatically, ensuring cell survival in deep space. Once back on Earth, researchers will carefully analyze the chips. They will look for gene expression changes, oxidative stress markers, and any signs of cellular damage. This analysis will reveal how spaceflight alters fundamental biological processes. NASA's interest in these biological avatars is also about safety. Future missions to Mars could last several years, and astronauts will face far greater isolation and radiation exposure than ever before. Understanding how their bodies will respond is critical for mission planning. The Avatar project builds on earlier NASA experiments like the tissue chips in space program, which sent similar devices to the International Space Station to study muscle loss, immune dysfunction, and aging in microgravity. Those earlier experiments provided proof that organ-on-a-chip technology works in space. The Artemis II mission now takes the next leap, testing them in deep space. Beyond Earth's magnetic protection, the data gathered could transform not only space medicine but also healthcare on Earth. By observing how human cells respond to extreme environments, scientists can discover new ways to protect against radiation, slow aging, or even enhance immune recovery after chemotherapy. In essence, NASA's microchip astronauts could advance both planetary exploration and human health simultaneously, a rare convergence of goals that benefits everyone. Behind the scientific excitement lies a philosophical question: what does it mean to send virtual versions of ourselves into space? These chips, carrying living human material, represent the first steps toward extending our biological presence beyond Earth in entirely new forms. For NASA, this experiment is a testament to human ingenuity, a fusion of biology, technology, and imagination. It redefines what it means to explore space, not just physically but biologically. When Artemis II launches in 2026, the world will watch as humans return to the moon. But accompanying them, unseen by most, will be tiny chips carrying the essence of human life, silent pioneers helping ensure that when humanity reaches farther than ever before, we'll do so safely, wisely, and well prepared.